Good to get a win. Battle, give credit to the Dolphins. They battled, they took the ball away. They're a tough football team. Give credit to their coaching staff. In their first year, they've done a really good job. Like I said, good to get a win. Our guys hung in there. A lot we can take out of this game and learn from as we head into next week. So with that, I'll turn it over to your questions.
Sean, 17-0, you had a run on offense. What did Miami change up, or was it self-inflicted?
I just think overall we got to do a better job of at that point, up 17. I think it was 17-zip, and we turned the ball over. So at the end of the day, you turn the ball over, you die normally a pretty quick death. And when you turn the ball over, I think we had three turnovers, one for a score, and then we had the big punt return in there mixed in there as well. So not very good complementary football.
Generally speaking, when you go up 17-0 as early as you guys did, is it difficult to keep the guys up mentally, ready, sharp, or how do you handle that from a coaching?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I'm very aware of that. And you watch, the game last night. I didn't stay up to watch it all, but the way that game was trending, and then the result, right, the end result. So I give our guys credit, man. They hung in there and they figured out a way to get a win, and that's what I think one of the things they've been really good at this year. But we definitely have a lot to take out of this game and learn from.
Joe, you used a couple of timeouts late defensively in the second half. Were you just in defenses that you didn't like at the time, or?
Yeah, just with what they had out on the field and what we were in, I wanted us to talk about it a little bit there. We had the guy running wide open there a little bit, and one of them that got thrown down the field, I think it was, and ended up being incomplete. So wasn't ideal. We got to do a better job there.
Sean, Steph was hurting him early, and then they kind of made a commitment to shutting him off.
Yeah.
Just can you speak to the job the rest of your receiving corps did to kind of pick up that slack?
Yeah, I praise them for. And Cole came back. A lot of them came back after some early plays, I would say, Chris, that didn't go their way and hit the reset button, whether it was Cole, Shakir. They all contributed down the stretch, which is what we needed. And that's hard to do in terms of the reset button. But our guys are mentally tough. They've shown that. And when the game doesn't start the way you want it to in terms of an individual player in the first quarter, hey, how do you get yourself back? And they did that.
Sean, a moment from Kyer eliminating on the pass.
Yeah.
Vital, I'm sure.
I thought he did some really good things in the game. The interception, executing the technique, and then the play on the fourth down, the same fourth down that was referenced earlier. We came back and I think he knocked the pass down over there on their sideline. So I thought he did some really good things, and he tackled in the run game also.
You mentioned Shakir, that catch on that 3rd and 10. How critical of a catch was that? And for someone who hasn't seen extensive time this season to come up with such a big play in a critical time, how great was that to see from a rookie?
Are you talking about his catch?
Shakir's catch on the 3rd and 10 over the middle, where he kind of contorted his body to extend the drive.
Oh, yeah. That was a big catch, and we got a lot of trust in him. He's got good hands. He's a good football player. He's off to a good start, and I think he wanted that one, from early in the game back. I think that first one was before half, maybe there. We could have put some points on the board more than we did. So, again, the game ebbs and flows, and our guys, time after time, have shown their mental toughness and the ability to reset.
You mentioned Kyer and Khalil and also James, just the contributions overall from the rookie class today in the playoff game.
Yeah, they adjusted. Kyer, James, we're counting on those guys, and it didn't used to be that way when you're a young player. Most of the young players years ago never played, or maybe your first-round pick played. And so now, the day and age of the NFL is these young players are going to be counted on to play and contribute.
Tre'Davious, we've talked to you quite a bit about him, and he's talked about sort of the journey he's on. But it appears the last few weeks in particular, he's rounding into form. I know you don't have the benefit of having watched the game already on tape, but kind of getting that sense that the old Tre'Davious in some ways is coming back?
Yeah, he's worked hard. He really has. I give credit to our training staff as well. But his mindset appears to be in a totally different space right now. He's confident, making plays on the ball. And I would say our secondary made some key plays on the ball. Taron Johnson is another one that comes to mind. Kyer. And that's important. You got to be able to make plays on the ball, and we're starting to do that.
Hey, Sean, with Dane, he went out early.
No, okay.
He went out earlier.
Who was it?
Dane,
Yeah.
could he have returned that week?
I feel like he could have. Nate said he could have, and so we'll just see where it goes this week here.
The playoffs can be grueling under normal circumstances. Obviously, everyone on this team has been through a lot the last 2 weeks. I guess, how do they find the strength to keep going for what you hope is a long run?
Yeah, you got to want it. I mean, you got to want it. This is what we work for. This is what you train for in the off season. This is what the regular season's for, is to get yourself into the playoffs. And now these are every game is it's the season in the span of 4 quarters or overtime. So this is what we work so hard for all year.
John, you had a series in the fourth quarter where first and second down, there were incomplete verticals to Gabe. Was that an issue of liking the matchup and wanting to go there, or what did you think about that particular sequence there?
Yeah, I'm sure Doris will want that one back. Didn't feel great about that one, just in terms of the efficiency overall there. Again, that's one of the areas we can learn from.
What you guys have been through overall this season, especially the last couple weeks, have you seen it kind of galvanize the group and help them in these moments of adversity on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we have a group of guys that they love to compete. I think that's the start of it, and we've been through games before like this that have ebbed and flowed, and that's really the model in the NFL. I mean, again, I mentioned the game last night, and so games are going to be close, and you've got to be able to be at your best when they are close, and we continue forward.
How much of Kyrie's success in this game is a product of the way that he's worked while he's been kind of waiting for that opportunity?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 ways to handle that. You can get your, put your chin in your chest and mope around, or you can do something about it. And I think Kyer really handled that well through the body of the season when he wasn't getting maybe the reps he wanted to get. And he stayed true to being a team guy. And it's a test of your character at the end of the day, and your teammates are watching. And I thought he handled it well, and now he's getting a chance to play. And when you do play, as someone is talking about young players, when you get your opportunity, you got to be ready to go.
How important was it to limit the explosive plays from Tyreek and Waddle?
Yeah, that was huge. I think they had one, maybe two. So just overall, good job by the secondary there, keeping them in check best we could. I mean, they're really good, really fast.
Sean, we saw pictures on Matt Milano's social media of Damar being in the locker room. I'm just curious from your perspective what it was like. I know you've been in touch, you've seen him, but to have him back in the building for the first time.
Yeah, it was great having him. He came to walk through yesterday along with his parents and his little brother, which was great to see him. And word traveled fast because by the end of walkthrough, everyone had gotten down there to say hello, and he was trying to, being the team guy that he is, trying to stay under the radar, and he was kind of all the way down the one end zone there. And but yeah, good to see him back in the building, and